There are
Yeah.
people making stupid money, and I'm just like sitting on the sidelines. So not even a full month. I did like,
That's nuts.
I just decided to go for it. I kind of felt like that was my fastest path to freedom.
All right, Kyle, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah,
Super
thanks for
excited.
having me. I'm
Of
excited.
course. This interview is a little bit different than most. If you guys have watched any ones in the past, normally it's like a journey of, a few months at least to get to first pretty decent month. Kyle started, obviously I'll let him tell the story, but he started on the 9th and he's had a pretty cool month so far. So I just thought it'd be cool to tell a story of someone who started pretty recent and already has some success. Obviously, disclaimer, this is not saying this is going to happen for you. It's just a story, right? We're not making income claims that this is going to happen to anybody because it doesn't always happen this way, but I just thought it was a pretty cool story. So Kyle, before we even get into shop, can you give background of like how old are you, where are you from, what do you do for work currently? Because you obviously work full time as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I've had a kind of a crazy path. So I am from New York. I'm 29, and I've never really been like a big TikTok or social media guy really at all. Like before this, I didn't like, I still don't have like Instagram downloaded on my phone or
I didn't even know
Facebook
that.
even. TikTok, I kind of just like had, but I never had like an addiction problem with TikToks because I was always like wary of it because I was like old
Yeah.
enough when it came out. But yeah, so I grew up in New York. I went to school in Florida, and then I worked in Florida in finance after school, and then that didn't last that long. I didn't really know what I wanted to do out of school, so I kind of used that time to figure out that I wanted to go work in film. So then
Okay.
I moved back to New York, and then I started working in film, and then COVID happened, and then after that I moved out to California, and I've been working in documentary filmmaking ever since. And it's definitely been pretty cool. I've had some cool experiences, and I've learned a lot, and I've developed just like kind of a conviction that I can kind of really tackle anything because it's very, very problem solving oriented,
Yep.
and also just like a crazy work ethic I've developed. During COVID, by the way, I did try out a few online businesses as well.
Okay. Like what, for example?
Nothing really panned out. I mean, I started building like lead websites
Sure.
for like local businesses, and I actually got some to like rank on Google, but
Oh, wow.
I just never kind of figured it out.
And so you've always kind of wanted something on the side? Like you've always kind of been intrigued in like little entrepreneurial kind of things?
Yeah, for sure. So I was kind of like when I was making my decision to really move out to move out here to pursue like film and TV. I was kind of, torn between doing something that would just give me a lot more freedom and, going and trying to really make movies, which would be
Right.
really cool. And yeah, I mean, look, it's been a great experience, but I definitely needed to supplement my income for sure.
Okay.
This seemed like a great way to do it. And honestly, ultimately, I think I would like to transition to this like more full time to just get a little more freedom in my life.
Yeah, so that was my main question. What was like the biggest pain point for you? Because obviously you're working a full-time job to want to make more. Was it just because you weren't happy with how much you were making, and you wanted something on the side or?
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely not happy with how much I'm making and just, I mean, I'm sure as you know, I've just being around social media, just the world we live in, there's so many people like making money in like insane ways online and like crazy money too. And
Yeah.
it's just like I'm not like a genius, but like I know like at least half of those kids are stupider than me. So
So
I'm like,
probably more than half.
so I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, there are
Yeah.
people making stupid money, and I'm just like sitting on the sidelines.
It's so true. I think that's hard to realize until you really get into the space too. Like you had that mindset going into it, but I think most people go into it and like see these people making crazy money and think they're like super smart or like special. It's really not the case, you know?
Right? Yeah, they're just
Maybe
doing
they
the
have a
thing.
little, yeah, they just might have a little experience with whatever it is. For you, it seems like, how you were doing like building your own thing, lead gen for companies. It seems like you would want to do something more serious than shop. Shop gets like, people think it's funny or whatever. What made you go for shop? Because like me knowing you now, I couldn't see you being like, yeah, I'm gonna do TikTok shop, you know?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. So I was kind of between two things. I was between to like a lot of AI stuff. And that's
Yeah.
like kind of what really like I kind of realized where AI was at, and I was like, all right, I have to buy back some time. I have to get more time so that honestly I could like learn more about this and keep up with this. So I was kind of leaning towards like an AI business, but like so for about a month, or I was like researching everything that was kind of out there, the current like I guess state of the side hustles. And I actually heard, have you ever heard of the podcast? It's the Iced Coffee Hour, it's called.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a solid podcast. And so this is probably like 2 weeks before I listened. So it was a recent episode. And then like 4 weeks before that, he had Alex Hormozian, or they had Alex Hormozian and Gary Vee on, and both of them were talking about like how insane of an opportunity TikTok Shop was. And I had
Really?
never, yeah, literally, like both of them were like really gassing it up.
Oh shit.
And obviously, those are two people whose opinions I respect a lot. I remember Gary Vee telling like begging everyone to get on TikTok in 2018
Yeah.
before it was like a thing. So yeah,
Oh
so
wow.
I started looking into it, and I don't know, I just decided to go for it. I kind of felt like that was my fastest path to freedom.
So let's talk about like, I mean, this is pretty recent, so this will probably be pretty easy for you to remember, but like talk about getting started, you're not even, are you even a full month in?
I am a full month in, but I'm not, yeah, not a full month in of posting. I'm
Okay.
still like a little over 3 weeks in now.
So let's talk about when you first started posting, how that was for you, because you kind of had an interesting story if you want to tell it. Like you got an account, first two videos blew up, something banned, you got the account banned, and then you got another account. Do you want to tell that?
Yeah, so this is kind of tricky. That's like an important part of the story, and I definitely an important part of kind of your like you definitely helped me through that. So yeah, I had a really tough time starting out, like a really tough time.
So one downside about TikTok Shop, it is amazing, but one scary thing can just be with like violations and accounts. And like I've had my account get up to like 20 points and I had like 50 grand sitting in there. If I got one violation, gone. So it can
Gone,
be a little
yeah.
scary. And especially when you're new, navigating, how to get through that is tough. We now have an account that you're doing really
Yeah.
well with. And I
Yeah.
think one of your first videos ripped.
Yeah, so I had a tough time starting out, and you were definitely super, super important in helping me through that, and kind of just like it's really not an issue, like we'll figure it out, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
and basically, I got you, and like I'll make sure you figure this out. So my first two videos on this account kind of ripped, but one of them got like literally like it had like a bunch of likes, it had a bunch of views. This is the very first one I posted on, and it just had no comments. Like literally to this day, I think it has like 400,000 or 500,000 views and zero comments.
Weird.
So maybe not 400,000, maybe it's like 300,000 or something. But yeah, so that one like obviously eventually died down, and the second one I posted just like kept going. And the second one, it's like growing slowly now, and it actually just got passed by one video. It's still my second
Yeah.
highest viewed video, but it has over 700,000 views, that one.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
nuts. What would you say from your perspective is the reason? Because like you did what? What'd you do in commission your first month, starting on the ninth? So you didn't have a full
Yeah,
month.
yeah, yeah. So not even a full month. I think I did like 4,600 estimated commission. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
What would you say? Because, like, in my opinion, some people kind of just have it. I talk about this sometimes with social media. Is like that was never the way for me with social media in general. With Shop, I had a similar experience to you. My first month, I had a pretty crazy month, and I think that's great. For some people, that's not good because then they get lazy and they start having slow months. But for some people, it fires them up. They just need that proof of concept to see it's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
So that was like what it was for me. But with you, it's like some people I have to really help with like tonality, camera presence, and it seemed like you kind of already just had it in a way. What would you say? Why does it seem to come off more natural for you, or does it not feel natural?
Yeah, well, so I think there were kind of a lot of things going for me. I think kind of what you're referring to is I just like, I'm kind of at a point in my life, and especially with like, the AI of it all like looming, I'm kind of in like an urgency mode. So like when I decided to do TikTok Shop, like I just like, I decided, like I was just gonna go for it.
Yeah,
Like there was
yeah,
no like, I definitely still had to get a little more comfortable kind of on camera because I had never really been a poster before, but like I wasn't like holding back because like I was like scared what people would think. Like I
right.
went for it. Like I just
Yeah.
totally fucking went for it. And so I think that's kind of what you're referring to, honestly.
Yes, I kind of have something to add on to that. I think for me to find that kind of going for it took a long time. For me, the mental hurdle that helped me get over that. I think a lot of people, like you say, they hold back. They're a little bit shy. They're a little bit like quiet. Someone told me, I forget who it was, but he was like, "You're going to be on camera either way. You might as well make it good. Like it's
Right.
going to be out there no matter what.
Right,
You
right,
might as well
right.
go viral. Like you might as
Exactly.
well have a little personality in it, opposed to like trying to
Exactly.
be being nervous and scared. And I get it, but it's like you can still have a personality and be nervous.
Yeah, and dude, and it really like, especially those first few days of filming, it wasn't like supernatural, and like, it took a lot longer than I thought to film those first few TikToks, which is hilarious because like I filmed two TikToks probably in for the first two I filmed. I probably filmed two of them in like 3 hours, and now I
Wow.
can, yeah, like filmed, not edited, just filmed.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I can knock like six of them out of those same videos out in like 10 or 15 minutes. It's
Exactly.
crazy.
Okay. So what do you think about the workload now? Because now you realize why I like do a bunch of different things is because as far as just TikTok shop, it really doesn't take that much time. You're posting how many times a day, would you say?
I kind of bumped it up. So like 4 times a day now, a
Cool.
minimum. And
Okay.
then on weekends, like five.
How much work would you say average, just like ballpark, is that per day for 4 posts?
Well, so for the script that I'm like really comfortable with and the product that is like still ripping that's like 2 or 3 of my posts a day, usually three,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, like I said, I can film like 4 to 6 or no, like really 6 to 8 of them in like 15 minutes or so. And then each one I would say takes about 10 minutes to edit.
Okay. So maybe like a little, like an hour or so for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
What do you think you're gonna do with that like time? Say you do take this full time, like what do you do now that you're working an hour a day? Like could you go live all day? Like what do you think about that? You know what I mean?
I've thought about lives, so I will think about doing lives. I definitely want to scale. Like I want to scale up. I don't know yet. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
there's
just like that's an interesting thing that I had to deal with. It's like a lot, I think a lot of people, I think you would be good with it, but I think a lot of people don't have enough discipline, even if they're making enough money to do shop full time because that free time, like they wouldn't know what to do, you know? Can
yeah,
you still get the work done? Can you still like push the needle forward even though you don't have to? Like you don't have to
right,
do anything, which is such a
right.
weird concept.
I
What do
could
you
see
think
how it's
though?
easy to get like complacent, but like
Correct. Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
this, yeah, yeah.
All right, first month you did 4,600, you said.
4,600, yeah.
Month, it was like you started on the ninth.
The ninth. So it was
Um,
pretty much exactly 3 weeks.
How do you set goals? Like, do you have a monetary goal in mind, or are you just thinking like just double down and see what happens kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, so I definitely have monetary goals in mind, but one thing that was really attractive, particularly about TikTok Shop, which I guess I glossed over, and something that you definitely stress, is that it's very input goal oriented, right? Like
Yeah.
I had a goal from the beginning. Like I was like, all right, when I start posting, I am posting 3 videos a day for, I said 90 days, but the reason I actually grabbed these is because I think you'll like this. I know you said you've been reading a lot lately.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Of
so you maybe have read Atomic Habits. I don't know if you have, and if you
course.
haven't,
James Clear.
yeah, it's like great. So one of his things is like this is straight from his book. So I got these 2 jars, and it's a
I remember
hundred
this.
marbles. And yeah, like every day I post three. I move one marble into the new jar.
After
So
3 posts.
after 3 posts, exactly. So I have 100 marbles. So I was going to do that for 100 straight days. I've actually upped it to 4 now. But so yeah, so there's like 25, I think, marbles in that jar, and
So
so
you need to get
25.
to 100 days of 4 posts every single day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's kind
like
of the
that.
goal that I set. Yeah,
That's really cool. You know, I'm working on something currently. You know how there's like 75 hard, and
yeah. I know 75 hard. Yeah,
I always preach, 3 months of posting every day can completely change your life.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
working on some type of challenge where it's kind of similar to what you're saying right now, but that would be really cool to add to it.
That's probably where I got it from. I think I heard you say like three months of posting. So every day after I post that last one, I move a marble in, and it's pretty like nice. It's cathartic.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's obviously it's good to have monetary goals. I do, but I find when I don't focus as much on the monetary goals, and like you said, I'm very input driven. I think that's what you're saying as well. It's exactly what the goal is you have for the marbles. When I focus on inputs and double down on inputs and actually focus on what I can change and control day to day and move the needle forward, then I'll have months where I'm like, holy shit, I wouldn't like I hit a 70K month on shop last month. I would have never made that a goal in my head, you know?
Yeah, that's
Like
like yeah,
70K
that's
just sounds
insane.
absurd, right? But even like the 50K, the 40K, the 30K, like to me, 10K a month was just like the number. I thought that was so cool. But I just doubled down on inputs and then I was like, whoa. So I think most people get so honed in on like things they can't control sometimes, which is the outcomes. Because they're so focused on the outcomes, they let back a little bit on the inputs, right? They're not posting as much, they're not like focused as much because they feel down after not hitting the number, you know?
Yeah, and it definitely helps. I mean, that I saw kind of like immediate like positive feedback was
Of
awesome. But
course. I've seen people in your exact situation more times than not, unfortunately, fall off because they get complacent. I've had plenty of people, not in the first month, but second month hit like 10K month, 8K month, and then it's like, they just go
yeah,
downhill because they think they can just not post. The scary thing with shop is you cannot post and still make a lot of money. Today, you could not post and you're still going to make as much money as you were going to make anyways.
but yeah, I'm gonna hit those 100 days straight at the very least. And yeah, I kind of back to I guess input and output. I kind of like so during the week I don't have like as much time, so I'm just focused on those input goals. I'm just getting those videos out, and then kind of on the weekend is kind of when I like to take some time to analyze like all right, what's working, what's not working, what's kind of like going crazy I guess on shop right now. How can I and like how can I make my videos better because you definitely need to be checking that box of posting posting every day, but you also need to be posting good stuff and like,
Yep.
figure out how you can always be improving as well.
I mean, are you working around 8 hours a day?
Yeah, like honestly, at least 8 hours a day. When we're in production, it's usually more, but like
Okay.
the past month we haven't really been in
I
production.
mean, I have people complain when they're working like 5 hours a day. What would you say as far as like time blocking? Are you batch recording?
Yeah, so the recording is kind of fun, honestly. It's kind of fun. The editing is probably less fun, I would say. I do usually time record. So like or batch record. Like
Yeah.
I'll just like pump out a bunch of those because like I've been like really doubling on that winner. So like it's mostly the same script, with obviously little variations. And like I said, I can record like 4 to 6 of them in 15 minutes. I think the last 2 days I literally just had stockpiled recordings and I just posted like
Okay.
stockpiled recordings. So I didn't really even film the last 2 days at all.
That's
So I
the
batch record, yeah.
that's the common thing with all the guys who end up doing well that do work full time is batch recording.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know, it just means he's recording a ton of videos at once, editing all of them, and then at any point he can go into his drafts and post it. I think one of the biggest mistakes anyone can do that has a full-time job is like, I'm going to post one in the morning, I'm going to post one midday, and then one at night. It's like, well, you're not going to be able to post at lunch, at work. You're going to get home from work, you're going to be exhausted, and then you're going to find a
Right.
million excuses not to do it. It's just like make it easier for yourself and have them all ready.
Totally. I think it's all about kind of creating systems for yourself. I think that's just kind of a cheat code for most things that you do. And I'm
Agree.
still definitely like, refining my systems, but because I'm still pretty new to this.
What would you say to somebody who's newer and they're thinking about going for it, but maybe a little bit hesitant?
Stick with it. Like it's so real. Like if I could do it, like you can definitely do it because
But
I would never
you've
post.
never posted on social media before.
Dude,
Like that's the
literally
crazy.
never. Like I have an Instagram, but I don't have the Instagram app on my phone probably for 4 years, and then periods in between there, and I never posted on it, and yeah, never posted on TikTok before. So yeah,
That's so sick.
anyone could do it. Just like go for it, and I think kind of just like also find like what you're good at, especially in the beginning. Like I'm leaning, like I have a pretty good physique because I, work out a lot, and I'm kind of leaning on that right now. That's not like all I want to do, but like especially in the beginning, I'm using that as a crutch.
Yes, 100%. Normally, the way I end these is you think of one goal. So we have 5 months left in the year. One goal for a month, profit. What would you say it is? Then you hit it, and then we get back on a call. We haven't had it happen yet, but
I kind of am more about like wanting to get to like an average monthly thing.
okay. What is that? So if we
So
have this one and how about the last five? What would you want your average to be for the last five?
yeah, so let's say for these last 5 months, and I like to set it a little high so that like if I don't hit it but get close, it'll still be great, and like not too high where I can realistically if I really crush
Yeah.
like pass it. So let's say 60K in the last 5 months, so a little more than 10K a month, which is like it's
I thought you were saying
lofty.
60K a month. I'm like,
No, no,
fuck
no, 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 no.
it.
It's lofty, but a little more than 10K a month average, I
I
think
like it.
is
I
what I'm
like
going
it.
for.
I
Yeah,
really like your odds with that. I think
yeah. All right,
you do it.
I'm glad.
Well, thanks for hopping on, dude. We'll get back on once you do 60K in the next five. Wait, we have 5 months left.
5 months, yeah, five
We'll
months.
get back on and report back after that.
All right, all
Cool.
right. Thanks
Good
for
stuff,
having me,
man.
AJ.
Thank you so much.